Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and as you guys probably seen, there's a new Thor movie that's coming out. Thor is like the only solo hero in the MCU to have gotten 4 movies at this point. Because the other ones had 3 at most. Um, Unless if you count like Spider-Man Homecoming, which was kinda a loosely based Iron Man 4. I don't know. But I'm not like. Here's the thing. I'm excited to see more Chris Hemsworth. I wish they made his beard blonde like the rest of his hair. That's just me. But the thing that's a lot of people are talking about is Lady Thor being Jane Foster, and in the circle I am with, like there are some people that are nervous that they might use Lady or Jane Foster to say, well, since I'm a female, I'm better than you by heart. And all I'm going to say on that topic is, if they go that route, then I can see a lot of backlash. Just saying. But the thing that I'm going to talk about in this video, or really focus on, is the fact that Jane Foster, or the Jane Foster character at this point, is going to call herself Lady Thor, or I'm assuming, because Lady Thor is the comic book name of Jane Foster when she gives wheels to Thor his hammer. And I didn't really think about this until I should say that I didn't really voice my words as much as I did yesterday on one of my friends' channels, which I will put a link to his stream in the chat. So if you guys haven't watched that stream, go ahead and subscribe to him. He's an amazing channel. He's an amazing person. But yeah, it's if you guys saw the stream I'm referring to, which is in the pin comments down below, before watching this video, then you guys will know what I'm going to say. But it's the whole that thing about the hammer, right? Which I didn't really think about it as much as I did until yesterday on the stream, where my friend was saying that the reason why he doesn't like the name Lady Thor was because Thor is actually the demigod's name that joins the Avengers. It's not like Iron Man or Batman, Green Arrow, Black Widow, Black Panther, where it's a mantle. It's a title that can be passed on from generation to generation. Thor is the actual name of the demigod. And I gotta say, when I first heard of the name Lady Thor, I thought that Thor transitioned. And I didn't really think much of it. And then when I learned more of it, I was like, That seems kind of cringy of a name, to be honest, after I learned more about it. Like, even if you want to say, Thor transitioning to a female, I have a hard time seeing Thor wanting to do that. Especially since he's a demigod. So I have and I doubt that he will really want to bring himself to some human standards where humans, especially nowadays where it's more common, want to just transition to a different gender. So I was like, when I thought that, I said, I don't know if Thor would transition. But then after I realized what they mean, I said, really? The name sounds cringy. And that's only because I didn't know, I didn't like how, someone stopped the lady from Thor, Lady Thor as a title. And, for example, Batman. Batman works as a mantle because there's usually one Batman at a time. First there was Bruce Wayne, and then in some cases there were like Dick Grayson, and then pretty much by the time Batman Beyond comes around, Bruce Wayne is retired and he's old, so it makes sense why there's going to be like the Terry Montgomery is coming in to be Batman. Spider-Man, even though there's like in some cases like one Spider-Man at a time, the other cases there's like two Spider-Man at a time. Spider-Man works better than as a mantle than Thor, because Spider-Man's just a name. And yes, even though I just said there are like two Spider-Man at a time, like Miles Morales and Peter Parker, it still works better as a mantle. Now, granted that I also feel like with Miles Morales, I feel like, yeah, at least if they're going to do it in the universes where Peter Parker's alive and so Spider-Man, Miles Morales should adopt a different name besides Spider-Man, just so people won't get confused. Like it's supposed to like people won't get confused. Like even the people who are saving him say, "Hey, who are you, Spider-Man?" No, you're not. You're like Spider-Man Junior. Even Spider-Man Junior would be cool, good enough. I would have like called Miles Morales the Spider, and at least until like Peter Parker decides to retire. But that's just me. But but I can go. But that's a video for another time. That's a video for another time. Uh, but it also kind of like the whole Spider-Man thing. I mean, but that kind of proves my. Hope you guys are getting the point I'm trying to make. Like the titles like Spider-Man, Batman, even Black Panther. If you saw the movie, you will understand where I'm coming from with that. Green Arrow. Again, if you saw like read the comics or seen the Arrow show, you understand where I'm coming at too with that. To a certain extent. Yeah, Green. They're all mantles. Even Iron Man can be a mantle. Black Widow is a mantle. Which and more MCU because I listen to DC characters. I want to stay on track with MCU. You can say Mr. Fantastic can be a mantle. Depends if there's another person with like fire powers, like the Human Torch, like Johnny Test or Johnny Storm. I'm sorry, Johnny Storm. You can say in that case, the Human Torch is a mantle. If there's another speedster in at the MCU, you can easily have that person be like Quicksilver and say Quicksilver's a mantle, even though in the MCU version they never really, as far as I can remember, called Quicksilver. But still, Storm can, like the name Storm can be essentially be a mantle. I don't know if it is because I'm not too familiar with like the X-Men, like in terms of like if there's anybody that later takes on any of their roles, but you guys know what I mean. Even the nickname Professor X, like Professor Xavier alone, maybe not, but the nickname Professor X alone can be a mantle because X in I don't know. Actually, I take the back because I don't know. But you guys know why. I hope you guys know what I'm trying to get at. That there are some superheroes that can like characters that can be a mantle. Like the names can be a mantle. Especially like deviating from Marvel, the Shredder. I'm referring to Ninja Turtles. Bringing Ninja Turtles in here because part of my name. The Shredder is a mantle, right? The Shredder is a mantle that can be passed on from Oroku Saki to whoever takes his place. Could be Karai. Could be any of his foot minions. But it could be a mantle. It's kind of like saying, hey, what's it like saying, Captain Jack Sparrow? Captain Jack Sparrow is a mantle that can be passed down from like Jack Sparrow to his son. Now, unless if his son is Jack Sparrow Jr., that won't be able to happen. Because Jack Sparrow is the lovable, hilarious pirate that we know. It's just like saying Nick Fury, getting back to Marvel. Nick Fury's mantle. One is referring to like Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson's character in the MCU. Or Simba is a mantle. I'm referring to the Lion King. Simba is a mantle. So yeah, there's there's some. I know Simba is a Disney character and he's not a superhero, but I hope you guys are getting to the point that I'm trying to make. With this to further along my overall point, which is how do I word this? Thor is not itself a mantle, because if that's the case, then why hasn't Vision, the Vision, been called Thor, or Thor's Vision? Why hasn't Thor, Captain America, Steve Rogers been called Thor? Steve Rogers, he wielded this hammer in the Endgame. Vision wielded the hammer in Age of Ultron. So why aren't those two considered to be Thor as a title then? If Thor is a mantle that can be passed on to anybody who's saying, "Oh yeah, Lady Thor, that can happen," or Thor can be a mantle. Okay, give me this. Answer this question in the comments, because I will really love to see. If Thor's a mantle that can easily be passed on, why hasn't Steve Rogers been called Thor in Endgame? Why hasn't Vision, since his debut in Age of Ultron, where he within 5 minutes of getting introduced in the MCU, he picks up the Thor's hammer like it's nothing. Why hasn't he called Thor? Like I said, he could be easily called Thor's Vision Thor, or Thor's Vision. And then Steve Rogers could be called Captain Thor. If that's the case, if Thor is such a mantle. The reason why I'm so heavy on this is because in the first Thor movie, Odin, which by the way, if Thor's a mantle, why wasn't Odin called Papa Thor? Because he also wielded the hammer too. Just saying. But my overall point is, in Thor, in this point, in the first Thor movie, Odin said to the hammer, "Let whoever wields you be worthy of wielding you." And it didn't take up until towards the end of the movie, of the first Thor movie, where Thor was finally worthy of having the hammer. And nobody else in the MCU until Age of Ultron, and then again later on in Endgame, did someone wield Thor's hammer. And of course now in Thor God Love and Thunder. I'm on the side where Thor is not a title that can be passed down from person to person. I think like that Jane Foster should go with a different name, like Lightning, Thunder, Boom. Lightning, Thunder, and Boom might not be badass names, but they're better than, in my opinion, than Lady Thor. In my opinion, because it does seem more original than calling it Lady Thor in this scenario. But anyways, I'm going to shut up and stop talking. What do you guys think about the title Lady Thor? Which is the whole point of this video. I think title Lady Thor is stupid. But, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the name Lady Thor? About Lady Thor. And if you guys are like me, I think Lady Thor is like, pretty much a dumb name. Unless if you're, I'm not gonna go there. Unless if it's like old English times and like, or no, not old English time. Unless if like one of the Avengers playfully jokes around with Thor, saying, "Oh, you're acting such like a girl, Thor. Oh, you're such a lady, Thor." Someone like those terms. Yeah, I don't think Lady Thor should be a thing that's an actual title. I can see that being more of a thing that the other Avengers mocks Thor for, if anything. But anyways, what do you guys think? Do you guys like Lady Thor, or like name Lady Thor or not? And if you guys don't like Lady Thor, my challenge to you is, what names would you guys come up with that would be, in your opinion, better than Lady Thor? Let me know in the comments down below. Catch you guys later. Love you all and have a wonderful day.